dreams.
Go Zags indeed. Welcome to Dance as Cura Personalis, here at the Myrtle Woodson Performing Arts Center on the Gonzaga University campus. My name is Suzanne Ostersmith, and I'm an associate professor in the Theater and Dance Department and Dance Program Director, and I even teach a little bit in the School of Leadership Studies. Cura Personalis is an important Jesuit tenet that means care for the whole person. And I may be a little biased, but I believe that the study of dance is an excellent model of caring for the whole person. Tonight's event is the conclusion of our Love Your Body Week experience for the students. This week, dance student leaders, faculty, and staff have coordinated body-positive programming with class visits, panel discussion, performance, dance for film festival, and guest artist workshop. The idea of Love Your Body Week came from a dance studio in Seattle, All That Dance. Now a program of the National Honor Society for Dance Arts, Gonzaga Dance was one of the first universities to adopt this important campaign to encourage body positivity and celebrate all the wonderful things our body can do. We work to live this message every day. And with our Dance for Parkinson's program, this celebration is particularly poignant. Our weekly Dance for Parkinson's classes are for community members with Parkinson's and their care partners. And so this week has also been a fundraiser to support this important service program. Now, tonight, we have a wonderful hour ahead. Together, we will reflect on Cura Personalis and how we can each take care of our whole person during these trying times. We will do this with a performance, discussion, and the amazing Julianne Hough. But before we get too far, we first have a message from the deans of the schools hosting this evening.
Hello, and welcome to Dance as Cura Personalis with Julianne Hough. My name is Dr. Rosemary Hunter, and I'm the Dean of the School of Leadership Studies. I'm very excited to be here with you tonight and to partner with the College of Arts and Sciences to bring this event to life. I would like to begin with inviting you all to join me in honoring and acknowledging the ancestral lands of the indigenous communities of Spokane, including those whose land this institution is located. In the spirit of the Jesuit practice of composition of place, we acknowledge that Gonzaga University resides on the homelands of the Spokane tribal people. This land holds the cultural DNA and the spirit of the first people of this place, the people of the river. It is their ancestors who are here and who bring forth the power of this place, knowledge that comes from the land. We are grateful to be on this land and ask for its support as we work to manifest our intentions during this gathering of hearts, minds, and spirits. As we begin tonight's event, I'd like to tell you more about the School of Leadership Studies. It serves students at the undergraduate, master's, and doctoral levels. We're fortunate to also work with organizations and communities to offer continuing education programs and host a wide range of leadership events. Informed by Ignatius spirituality, the School of Leadership Studies nurtures leadership for and with others. A hallmark of our approach is reflective learning that leads to the critical awareness of our power, privilege, and responsibility to act in ways that support a more just and caring world. I want to give a shout out to the thousands of School of Leadership Studies alumni who are all over the world doing important work in their organizations and their communities. Our current times have required transformative and caring leadership, and you have responded with grace and resiliency. I'd also like to take this opportunity to especially thank Bruce Hough for helping to make tonight's event happen. Bruce is a 2018 alum of the Masters in Organizational Leadership program and has been a longtime supporter of the work that we do, both on campus and around the world. In addition to being an alum, Bruce is also the father of Julianne Hough, our star of tonight's event. With the Hough family, community service is always a family affair. Thank you, Bruce and Julianne and the whole family for your generous spirit and support. This evening, the School of Leadership Studies is proud to partner with the College of Arts and Sciences dance program and the Love Your Body Week. This yearly event is a fundraiser for Gonzaga's Dance and Parkinson's program. We encourage you to learn more about our leadership programs, partnerships, and upcoming events by visiting our website at www.gonzaga.edu/leadership. Thank you again for joining us tonight.
Welcome to Dance as Cura Personalis with Julianne Hough. I am Dr. Anne-Marie Cagno, and I'm the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences at Gonzaga. I'm thrilled that we are partnering with Dean Rosemary Hunter and the School of Leadership Studies for this exciting event. The College of Arts and Sciences is home to our Department of Theater and Dance. Our thriving dance program embodies the theme Dance as Service with programs like Love Your Body Week, which is all about body-positive programming through dance. This annual event is a fundraiser for our Dance for Parkinson's program, a partnership with the Northwest Parkinson's Foundation. The theme for tonight's event, Cura Personalis, is close to my heart. This Latin phrase used by St. Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits, means care for the whole person, body, mind, and spirit. It is one of my 3 priorities for the College of Arts and Sciences, and I'm so proud to see the many ways our dance faculty, staff, and students joyfully live out this mission through dance. And I'll also admit that dancing has been one of the ways I've been caring for myself through the pandemic. It sustained my physical and mental health for sure. This past fall, the dance program produced shows so that students were able to safely study dance performance and production with limited seating and careful distancing. Those performances were the inspiration for tonight's event. The performance you will see tonight features dancers in masks with at least 10 feet of distancing, performing live for their dance student peers in the audience. Many thanks for tuning in to enjoy the program.
Thank you very much, Dean Hunter and Dean Cagno. Well, I am delighted to next introduce Julianne Hough. Julianne Hough is an actress, a dancer, singer, producer, and Emmy award-winning choreographer. She's been featured in numerous high-profile campaigns, in addition to a wide range of programs, endeavors, charities, and humanitarian efforts. She is founder of KINRGY, the wonderful movement experience many in our audience just participated in. Welcome, Julianne.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Gonzaga.
Thank you so much. I wish I could be there in person and see all of your beautiful faces. That is the best mask I've seen so far, by the way.
Thank you.
Great looking mask.
Well, wonderful. We're happy to have you here. And as you know, many in our audience have just come through an intense workout. So maybe you could guide us some in a cool down of sorts. And everyone can participate, even those of you at home in a chair or however.
Absolutely. I would love to do that and be honored. So first and foremost, I hope you had an enjoyable experience taking our KINRGY signature class and that you were able to move your body, connect to your breath, and activate that childlike wonderment imagination, because we truly believe when you can connect to those 3 elements, you can connect to that optimal flow sequence of that taking care of your full body, which is exactly what we're talking about here. So we hope you enjoyed it, and for those of you who just participated, or if you're just sitting in now, I'm going to take you through a guided meditation to help us focus on the elements that are surrounding us in nature, but also that are within us. And I really do believe that our body is our language, and if we surrender our mind to our body will tell us the answers to the truths that we're searching for. So go ahead and close your eyes if you feel safe and comfortable. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale. And I want you to just imagine, this is where we're going to activate our imagination. Imagine there's a jelly-like substance surrounding your body. And I want you to just imagine like there's all this energy and chaos and uncertainty that's been surrounding the world over the last year. I want you to just suck all that energy and let it land into that jelly-like substance. Bring all of that energy, maybe some uncertainties or some fears, some worries, some heartbreak, some good things too, positive things, some blessings that we received, and just allow them to just stick to this substance. And now I want you to focus on the crown of your head and allow that substance to part and drip down front of your face, forehead, behind your head, allowing it to just melt down your cheeks, your throat and your neck, your upper back and your shoulders, circling around your chest, all the way down through your arms. Taking another deep inhale. On this exhale, have that substance shoot down even further down your body, through your heart, through your rib cage, through your solar plexus, just that area right below your heart and before your belly. And take another deep inhale. And on this next exhale, shoot all that energy even further down your body, through your hips and your legs, your hamstrings, dripping down your knees, your shins, your calves, into your ankles, and have that wrap around the top of your feet until it circulates and comes to a ball at the base of your feet. And on this last inhale, breathe in through your nose. Exhale out of your mouth and shoot that energy out of the bottoms of your feet, almost like there are roots coming out of your feet. And this is where we're going to connect to the element of earth and activate our senses. So what does it smell like? Is the soil soft? Is it dirt? Is it wet? There is no wrong or right answer. It's just your pure imagination. And as you imagine those roots going deeper into the earth, imagine just dropping and surrendering all the thoughts in your head, and just allow your body to just take over. Now a lot of us are seated, so we're not going to move our body, but this is where I usually ask, if my body were to be moved by the element of earth, how would my body want to be moved? And instead of allowing your mind to take over, you let your body take over. But as we start to visualize even more, I want you to go even deeper into the earth, activating that imagination until you drop at the center of the earth. We're at the core of the earth now. And as you're standing at the core of the earth, surrounded by all of the essences of the dirt, the gravel, the roots that we're all living on, collectively experiencing together. Underneath your feet, imagine there's a flame of fire. Whatever it looks like for you, it can be an orange flame, it could be a blue flame, it could be a spark, it could be lava. And just imagine that fire starting to come up through the earth into the bottoms of your feet, up through your legs, feeling that heat, rising up through your legs, up through your shins and your calves and your knees, up through your thighs and hamstrings into your root chakra, base of your spine and your hips, and just allow it to sit in that localized area. Your legs up into your hips, and feeling that fire and that flame, and really embodying what it feels like to feel that fire within your body. And now allow that fire to come up through your belly, into that solar plexus area right above your belly, underneath your heart, where we hold a lot of our confidence and our self-worth, and allow it to pierce through into your heart, feeling that fire raging in your body. And now, keeping your eyes closed still, I want you to imagine your eyes just kind of like rolling back, and you just land in this body of water. On your back, facing up, floating on this beautiful body of water. It could be a lake, it could be an ocean. And just asking yourself, how do I feel being carried and supported by the energy of water? And feeling that gentle sway of the waves carrying you, rocking you, nurturing you. Taking another deep inhale, exhaling out. And just notice your body, if it feels lighter, if there's some tingling sensations. Also just recognize your heart in this moment. How do you feel dropping down deep into earth, feeling that fire and connecting to that nurturing water? And now just laying on this body of water, start to feel the breeze of air just whisking over your face, and the sunlight pouring into your body, feeling the gentle rush. Is it cold? What does it feel like? Is it warm? And if you'd like and feel comfortable, you can either raise your arms up and just feel around you that air, that energy, the sunlight. Or you can even, if you feel comfortable touching your own body, you can place a hand maybe on your heart or on your belly, or sometimes when we feel like we don't feel fully expressed, sometimes we can put our hand around our neck, on our throat. And just feel that bliss, that divine presence of beauty and life and just a restorative feeling wash over your body. And as you feel all the elements, the earth beneath your feet, the fire raging through your body, the water of support, the divinity of air and sunlight pouring into you. We are nature by nature. It's our greatest teacher, and to be humbled by the fact that we are surrounded by nature every day, outside of our bodies, but also within our bodies. And if we ever need to reconnect to take 5-10 minutes to breathe, to activate that imagination. And when you can really visualize yourself, even moving in a way, even if you're seated down, but you visualize your body moving in a way, it almost acts as if you're learning and your body's actually learning that movement that you're visualizing. It's information that's being stored. So as you feel all of that possibility of what your body could create and do with just your imagination, I want you to breathe into that feeling and that experience, knowing that that is possible in our physical form. And take a deep, deep, deep breath in. The biggest one yet. Exhale out, maybe with a little bit of sound. I am a big proponent of using sound as a way of expression because we hold so much suppressed emotion, because sometimes it sounds weird, or maybe it might feel uncomfortable to make those kinds of noises, but it's such a good way to release and to match a frequency of energy that's within ourselves. And so if we expel that energy, we can actually transform it and create space for new emotions to come in. So one more deep inhale, and an even bigger exhale. See, even that little giggle, that little smile that is brought to your face. You know, when we're kids, we have the most wild imaginations of pure possibility and potential, and we take the time to play. And as adults, we start adulting and we don't create enough space for us to actually play and imagine what's possible and create a future that we really want and desire. So I encourage you all to just feel that space within you, taking care of yourself through the body, through the breath, through the imagination, and always coming back to that playful side. And when you're ready, you can rub your fingers together, move your body a little bit, and gently open your eyes, and maybe look around the room right now and just make some eye contact with each other. You know, one of my biggest beliefs in life is that when we can truly connect to ourselves first and foremost and take that time to do that, we can then see and relate to people and understand without judgment, without separation, with no division. And when that relationship and that relatability can happen, we can truly experience the world in a new way and in a pure way, which is filled with love. And that's truly what I believe. So it's so important, as we're talking about here, to just take care of yourself. Thank you so much. I hope that was a nice little cool down. You can stretch if you'd like.
Oh, Julianne, beautiful. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
There were so many gifts in that meditation, right? We're all always trying to find ways to take all the chaos in the jelly around us and to try to push it away or let it fall away. And I think all the imagery that you used just was so delicious. I think all of us can take something from that. So thank you. Thank you for that.
Pleasure. Thank you.
And I have the benefit, you don't necessarily, but to look out into our socially distanced audience of Gonzaga dance students who just got to do the KINRGY workout and then have that cool down from you. And I can see that they're all glowing from it. So thank you. So next, Julianne, we do have a short performance. Gonzaga University dance students are really excited to show you. To show you, Julianne, and our audience, both in person and in the live stream, it's a 3-minute excerpt of a longer dance that we've been working on, titled Pay the Price. As the slideshow at the beginning of this evening demonstrated, dance can serve many contexts. We saw that dance as service, right, which we embody with our Dance for Parkinson's classes, Love Your Body Week, ZAG Dance, our free after-school dance program for area youth. We also saw dance as self-reflection, which you did so beautifully just now with that meditation and with KINRGY. Dance as a celebration of life, and also dance as a way to explore complex subjects like human rights. Gonzaga Law hosts a human rights conference each summer, and this year the focus is on Black Lives Matter as a global movement. The dance program is collaborating and plans to perform the full work as part of the conference this summer. This important subject matter is being explored by myself, 8 student dancers, Kevin Hekmapana, professor of music, all under the leadership of a dear colleague of mine, Noelle Price. She's a professional dance artist from Seattle. We invited Noelle to challenge us, to use dance to explore important issues of institutionalized racism, oppression, and white supremacy. We have read, journaled, and had rich discussions about such topics as the Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre and redlining. We've also been asked to consider when we have personally, intentionally, or unintentionally hurt someone, and what did that feel like? In developing the following excerpt, we have physically explored such questions as, what does it feel like to embody the oppressor? Noelle asked us to think about the movement we were exploring. For example, when is oppression and racism big and visible, like a massacre, and when is it small, like a microaggression? One movement you'll see in the work is a marching pivot, like this. And my instinct was to make it big and aggressive, considering the subject matter. But Noelle helped us to understand that what she wanted was more subtle, like this, because racism can also be very subtle. Along the same lines, Noelle introduced us to an idea of resting postures of oppression. What does racism or oppression look like when it's resting? So you'll see that embodiment at the very end of the work to just allow it to wash over us. So as I mentioned, the full piece will be performed at the conference this summer and at Gonzaga in April 10th. But we're looking forward to your feedback, Julianne, on this one little piece of the dance. The dance is accompanied on the cello by Dr. Kevin Hekmapana, playing Perpetual Motion by Coleridge Taylor Parkinson. And so Pay the Price, performed by the Human Rights Student Dance Company. Well done, dancers. Whew. Nice work. And thank you, Dr. Kevin Hekmapana. Awesome. So Julianne, do you have any questions or comments or thoughts? Yes.
I do. First and foremost, I wish you could see my arm right now. There are chills all up and down my arms. I just want to say thank you for being brave and courageous enough to get into the uncomfortable, because where the uncomfortable places is where transformation happens and real change can happen. And so thank you for using art as a form of expression to make real change. I'm so curious because I believe, like I said before, our body is our language, and we store and hold so much information in our body that I would be so curious to hear from one of you beautiful dancers what it felt like when you learned these postures and these poses and how that made you emotionally feel. Because watching it was one experience, but also as a person experiencing it, that can be extremely healing and also triggering. And I'm just curious if somebody would like to share their experience. I would love to hear.
Did I not turn it on? There you go. Up. There you go.
For me personally, one of the most memorable experiences was in one of our early rehearsals when we were still over Zoom, when Noelle had us do a movement phrase about a time that we intentionally or unintentionally hurt someone. And thinking about that and journaling about that was kind of one way to experience it, but then when we put it to movement, it really brought emotions and experiences that we may not have had through doing it or through journaling. And that was kind of a way that I was pushed personally that I wasn't expecting when I first started this process.
Yeah, I can totally understand that. I mean, there are people who, you know, receive information through hearing and visuals, and kinesthetic people, you know, it's through movement. And so being able to actually articulate that through your body, activating your life force energy, activates your emotional field too. So I can totally see that. And I wish that I could have experienced that with you.
Lovely.
Yes, thank you. I didn't catch your name, but thank you very much for sharing.
My name's Ryan. Thank you.
It's Ryan.
And I'm so curious also, just as far as like creatively with the cello and the emotions behind it, and the one part that I really connected to was with the in the ballroom dance, quite hold, and then obviously turning this way, and obviously feeling a very different feeling, and then the circles that you made, almost like, tell me if I'm correct in my own experience of this, but like the going around in circles and chaos and not really paying attention to what's really happening, but just trying to carry on in your own life as well. And so it was really not only jarring, but I think that that's what art does, is it's supposed to jar you, it's supposed to create an emotion for you, it's supposed to make you feel something, and that juxtaposition really, really affected me personally. What were some of your moments, if anybody else wants to share, that was really emotionally impactful?
Yeah, I'm Elizabeth.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi. This journey has been really exciting, I think, because we decided to do this group before we even knew exactly what our purpose of the tour was going to be. And so learning this and working with Noelle and journaling has really been just eye-opening, I think, for all of us, and has been a great opportunity to have a safe space to discuss things that aren't always discussed in classes or in everyday life. So I think that's my favorite part of it. Performance-wise, I wanted to touch on your talk about the cello. I think having live music makes it so much better for us, and we were practicing with the live recording for a while, but once we had Kevin working with us, it just took it to the next level, and it really, you feel a lot more, and so we're very grateful for him.
Nice job. Yes, indeed. And I would just say that as well, that there's something about a cello that almost is like another human being. So we have Kevin and this cello sound. And whereas in this kind of subject matter, may not normally think about cello, the fact that we're using Coleridge Parkinson, who is an African-American composer, which is quite unusual as well, we feel really grateful to be able to explore this in that way. Lovely. Thank you so much, Julianne, and thank you, dancers, and Kevin, very much. You can clear the stage that way.
Thank you.
Yay!
Well done.
Oh my goodness, so lovely. And I appreciate, Julianne, what you were saying. I mean, I feel like you saw the different movements, and I love that even with the ballroom position and looking at what is privilege, looking at what is oppression, how has even maybe dance or moments in time been a source of oppression in that way. So I love that you picked up on all of that. Thank you. So next we have a number of students. We want to hear more from students and hearing from you who have questions that they would like to ask about your take on life and dance and Cura Personalis. And so we have a number of them lined up and excited to kind of engage with you. So here comes the firing squad. You ready for that, Julianne?
I'm so excited. Let's do it.
All righty, please.
Mia, dance and business, and what have you found from dance, gotten from dance, that you have not found or received from anything else?
Oh my goodness, dance has always felt like my form of therapy, because it was a place for me. I think I saw the quote on it at the beginning of this whole presentation, that it's where you can feel seen and expressed and safe in a place, even if you don't know what you're trying to say. It's a form of expression in a way that allows you to take information that maybe would have been otherwise suppressed and not knowing how to articulate, and that you were able to actually use your body to physically and emotionally express that. So I feel like it's been my form of therapy that I haven't been able to get anywhere else. I sing and I act and I own a business and certain things, but dance for me has always been my form of therapy.
Lovely, thank you.
PJ, Dance and Political Science. I'm the volunteer coordinator for our Dance for Parkinson's program. I've seen how dance has made a difference in our community members with Parkinson's as they participate in our program. How has your relationship with dance evolved from when you started to where you are now?
Oh, wow. Dance used to always be about me when I was younger, and how I could perfect it and be my best and compete to really perform well. And my experience now is more about the relationship and the collective and how much joy you can bring to people's lives. And there's something really fascinating about what dance does to the brain, and it builds new connectors. And it's because there's music involved, which, stimulates like some sort of emotion and passion, along with most of the time when you're dancing, and yes, you can dance on your own, but when you're dancing with someone, that also causes an emotional connection with someone as well. And that connection, is so powerful. Like, we are literally designed to have relationships in this life. We're not meant to go through life on our own. So I would say the biggest change for me has been I want to enjoy it with the people around me the most. And I feel more, I keep saying the word expressed, but I feel more self-expressed when I watch others feel self-expressed and see their light shine and their freedom within them. And that's been my greatest shift from before to now.
Thank you.
Callie, Dance and Business. What advice do you have for dancers approaching the real world or pursuing a career in the arts?
I would say it's art. And there's a big difference between an artist and a performer. You can have both for sure, but to always stay connected to that artist, because that artist has belief and absolute knowing of who you are internally. Sometimes the performer is looking for validation from outside in. The artist is from inside out. So connecting to that artist within you and always asking yourself, am I still staying connected and present to why I started this in the first place? And if anything has shifted, it usually is because you're looking for approval or outside validation. And it's hard because you need it to succeed and move ahead in life. But the people that I believe are the most sustainable in life are the ones who always come back to that artist and that passion. So that would be my greatest advice, is always stay true to who you are and the artist rather than the performer.
Beautiful. Thank you. Truth from the inside out, yes.
Kayla, Dance Psychology and Economics. Regarding dance as service, I have taught in our Zag Dance free after-school dance program where children from the surrounding area are bused to our dance studio for class. And I was wondering, have you participated in any program with kids, and do you have any thoughts about that?
Well, first and foremost, I love that you are doing that, and keep doing that, because when you can contribute to the world, not only is it helping that person, but it's a mutual exchange of, wow, just gratitude for all that you have and that you're able to offer that. So keep doing that for sure. In fact, KINRGY, we're like, we need to do a KINRGY Kids. So we're focusing on creating a program specifically for kids. Like we just did with that meditation, we really believe that we need to all get back to that childlike state of wonderment and belief and possibility. And so keeping young kids fresh and dancing and moving and playing is so important. And whether it's a program to keep them dancing up until they're, seniors. That's what I'm hoping for too, because my grandparents who, up until the last day my grandfather was alive, danced every single morning, and it kept them healthy and alive and happy and free and expressed. And so, and very childlike. So I'm a big believer in nurturing and nourishing that creativity and possibility in kids. And so thank you for your service in doing that.
Thank you.
Beautiful. KINRGY for kids. Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Susanna, dance and business. How can we as dancers and future dance leaders in the dance community ensure that our message about bodies is inclusive and uplifting of diverse bodies and abilities?
The fact that you even have that question is already proof that you are a leader in what you are going to set out with. Because at the end of the day, you just have to focus on something that you believe in and put energy into it. One of our pillars at KINRGY is inclusivity, and that's in many different forms. But we truly believe dance is inclusive of all and should be accessible to all, because it's innately our gift. And so if you believe it, anything is possible, and you're already having so much focus and attention on it that just keep doing that, and you're already doing it. Well done, you.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Annalise, dance and biology. Have you noticed a shift in your relationship with your body since COVID?
Ooh, that's a great question. I would say my thought process and my beliefs, I've really had to focus on my mental health over COVID, and by focusing on that, I feel really lucky that I've had the tools and the rituals and routines that I have to keep me really engaged with my body. And it's also helped me really focus on the health of my body. Fortunately, over the last few years, I've discovered more about the fact that I just want a healthy body that can move and wake up every day and breathe, and it's a privilege. And so, over COVID, I feel very lucky that I've had those tools in my pocket. But now it's time to share those, and that's where we have to share our knowledge with others, so that I don't take it as a responsibility as it's a responsibility, but it's a responsibility. I get to share some knowledge that I have to help other people feel connected to theirs. And I will say, I said it again earlier too, we hold so much information and stored energy, and there was so much fear and worry and uncertainty and everything that can cause aches and pains and inflammation and all sorts of things. And so with that, loving on our body, nurturing our body, taking care of our body is so important, especially because those emotions are stuck and carried, and we want to get rid of those so that we can have space for the new.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Jessica, dance and business. What are some podcasts or books that you would recommend about dance and self-care?
Ooh, that is a great question. Body Keeps the Score is a great book. I'm clearly into the energy stored in the body, so I have a lot more of those books. But I think I would love to see more podcasts and love to see more books that are related to dance. And I think that we're in a time right now where dance is having a resurgence in a way that is coming to the forefront. It used to be that dancers used to be backup for artists, and now dancers are becoming their own artists. And so I think people are not only discovering it on a big scale now, that it's not just a niche thing. So I'm really hopeful that there's going to be more dance shows, and I don't even mean competition reality shows. I mean like scripted shows to really show what the dance world is and how hard it is to create and to, you know, to stay connected to your truth in dance and how competitive and all those things, you know, as well as the celebration to it too. So I want to show both sides, and I think we need more of it. So are you starting a podcast? Good.
Do it. Do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Susanna again. I have read about the 8 dimensions of wellness in my studies here at Gonzaga through Cura Personalis, and those include physical, emotional, spiritual, intellectual, occupational, financial, social, and environmental well-being. And I am wondering which of those is the most neglected, or you feel is the most neglected?
Ooh, that's a great question. I think we're all individuals, and we have, you know, we have different priorities and values of where they rank in which order. And it just is about focus and attention. I just heard something recently. I think it was a podcast actually of Martin Short talking about how, by the way, if you even know who Martin Short is, but Martin Short talking about the fact that he would create these different categories, much like the ones you just described. And he would almost give himself a report card every month to see how balanced he was and where he needed to focus more energy and time on. And I think it's individual. I think, you know, I think we have to really be honest with ourselves and say, hey, where am I putting my focus? Is it financial? Is it spiritual? Is it relationship? Where is it? And where is it lacking? And not judging it, you know, just accepting it for what it is, looking at it and be like, ooh, okay, I can work on this area a little bit more. So I would say it's very personal, and I love that. I want to learn more about that. So maybe hit me up later, like DM me and send me that information, because I would love to know more.
Sure thing, I will. Thank you.
Lovely. Oh, Julianne, thank you so much, not only for your words of wisdom and for the things that you're reflecting, but also for just bringing your authentic self. I think what an incredible model for all of us to see someone just be able to respond to those questions from the heart so articulately. I'm sure the students feel, and I feel quite witnessed by you today to see their work, to respond to their questions. We're very, very grateful. So,
I mean, I'm a little overwhelmed, to be honest, if I could just say this, because, you know, it's not every day that I get to sit here and participate in something that I really am passionate about, and that there's so much love and an intention and attention that's put into this. So I'm really honored and overwhelmed by it. Thank you so much.
Lovely. Thank you. And thank you very much to everyone for joining us this evening. You know, during this challenging times, it feels so good to come together, even virtually, to celebrate what we can do. Thank you, Julianne, for reminding us of that, to talk about how we are meant to be in relationship, and even if that means virtually, we're still connecting in different ways. So thank you for that. Thank you also to the School of Leadership Studies, the College of Arts and Sciences, University Advancement, and to Bruce Hough for getting this all going for us. We are grateful to you. Thanks, Dad. I love it. Julianne, blessings to you. Thank you to our audience. Have a good night.
Thank you.